everybody. Welcome back to round 4, the round of 8 here at the Many Styles of Bowling Open at AMF Circle Lanes here in East Haven, Connecticut. I am unfortunately now joined by our one of our main men here, Chris Forey. Chris, how you doing?
I'm okay. It's just, it's one thing to lose and another one to lose by throwing 2 bad shots.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing.
It's unfortunate when
it happens, though.
It does, and especially in an event.
The reason why I'm not in the Hall of Fame, I always say. I'm just a good bowler, not a great bowler.
You'd be surprised how long life is, my friend. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
You know what? At the end of the day, the little guy here, I get to go home. I get to teach him some life lessons, from just not performing right and also how you handle a situation,
That's it. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Well,
and at least I lost one of my best friends, so.
Yeah, Bill Webb, man. Best friend, great bowler, all the above.
Yeah.
But, so speaking of that, those 2 bad shots in a match like this, we were on a pretty gettable pattern today. We bowled on Stone Street, 10-1, 23 mils. I found them to be a little bit pretty much about how you would expect them to be, 10-1. There was enough hold, but if you played them too straight or used too strong a shell, I found that the shim was a little bit, could be twitchy at times.
Yeah.
But for the most part, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I went with the Bill Webb theory, so I didn't bowl very good this morning. I bowled okay last night, but still not well enough. But this morning, Webb said to me, he goes, I find if you play a straighter. Well, in the afternoon, it was tough to play a straighter. But when we came to match play here, I told Webb when we bowled second round together, I was like, I'm doing Bill Webb theory, 15-10, and honestly, just trying to get, in that case, we see him 15-12.
Yeah.
But trying to just maybe shoot 220, 230 and win matches, because obviously some matches are going to take 250, 260, but not every match.
No.
If you look across the board, we see a variety of scores. And obviously Webb and I were just 215 to 203.
We do have some potential for some big scores, though. Got some guys.
Yeah, we saw the Korinsky one, I understand, was a great match.
That was a great match.
258, 256 or something like that?
We had Peter Fox and Tom Murray going into the 10th. It was 300, 280 out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Peter Fox 2-pinned, and then that gave Tom Murray a chance, and sadly 6-pinned. But another wild match. Really, really very possible to get some cool matches here when it's a pattern like this.
I'm going to say again, Peter Fox, the cleanest two-hander I've seen in a long time.
He gets his hand doing some really neat stuff at the bottom for a 2-hander, and it makes
just so clean off his fingers.
It is. Really using the fingers to hit the ball. It's really good. But so just a quick rundown of our matches here right in front of us. On 39 and 40, we do have Peter Fox. We were just mentioning against Jeremy Melito. On 41 and 2, we got Aaron Major versus Bill Webb. And then to our left and right of that, we got Tony Renaud versus Gary Korinsky and Aaron Major versus.
Which one are you looking for? Aaron Major is the I see Villa. AJ's there.
Oh, AJ's bowling.
Aaron's bowling Webb.
Oh, sorry, Aaron's bowling Webb, and then AJ's bowling John Becker. Sorry about that, guys.
Yep. All right.
Becker. I wrote Beck, not Becker.
You're probably like, who's Beck?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Aaron, one of the strongest strike balls in New England. Pins get off the deck pretty quickly.
They do. How's AJ's forearm holding up?
It's been pretty good. He got a new job recently. He's been.
That has something to do with his arm.
Yeah, he does. It was his practice work ethic for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't bowl quite as much as he used to, just getting settled in. But
okay.
When he bowls, he's still pretty solid.
I think he's really good.
Yeah, he's getting his reps. He's starting his practice for the Masters.
And you got into the Masters, correct?
Yeah, fortunately. Signed up the same day. Probably about, I would say, 6 or 7 hours after it opened. It sold out probably after about 11 or 12 hours being open.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of guys will get it off the wait list. A lot of dropouts will happen.
I didn't even sign up.
No? Are you even going to try?
Nah.
No? Gave it a run last year?
I realize I don't belong out there.
No? I mean, when they're that hard, it can be a little bit of a different story.
I mean, to be honest, I was happy just to be in the hunt until the last ball, the last day of qualifying, you know. So can't ask for more than that. But yeah, this year I won. The year before was cool. It was in Vegas. It makes it a little more convenient. Timeshare right next door, type thing. But
right. Definitely. Bill. Good shot there.
So Melito down a little bit early. Obviously, we're very early. I saw you. So you threw a reality check a little bit. I watched pin up.
Yeah, pin up reality check. It was I was a little bit farther left than some guys were. I was sliding about 28, 20, 27, 28 to start.
Yep.
So I found that like weaker balls, like I was trying to throw IQ tours and stuff, and they kind of gave me the cliff the over under thing. And then once I did try to throw a strong symmetrical ball, it just seemed a little bit too twitchy when my ball started to read it. So I needed that. I needed that extra the weight block to kind of get it to tumble a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
I've been throwing that reality check on a lot of stuff. I've been really liking it a lot since I started getting a little bit more rotation and my ball rolls a little bit more predictable. I'm able to use it on a lot of stuff. Yeah, even with strong balls, like I had a lot of scenarios of Plaque 10s and things like that. But when the reality check theoretically would be a rollout type of ball, it really continues hard. So I speak very highly of that ball.
Yeah, I mean, I found my best looks were an Obsession Tour right away, and then when that just started slowing down a little bit, then a UC2 was really good, and the bite, those three balls.
The bite, man.
But the UC2 was pretty good. I mean, even use that against Webben, like I said, I thought the ball rolled good. I mean, just really bad shot in the ninth, which I don't know how you missed the headpin on this.
I know.
Right around I let go of it, I'm like, that just not come off my hand very good. It was like just dead instantly right. And I'm like, I'm trying to hit 10, and the ball's out to 5.
We shock ourselves at how sometimes we can still do that, even with how much.
I wasn't even thinking about anything. I was just like, just throw it up. Just do what you've been doing. Like that, one of those things. Like you're not even thinking. I'm just like, I just fill frames, I'll win.
Right. Pretty much.
And I did fill frames, but well, except for the final one.
Theoretically, up until that point, the theory still held true.
Theory was good.
Yeah.
When I first missed 10 pin of the day.
Yeah, and of course. It seemed like they always come at the right time.
And I almost thought to myself, it's impossible to miss them with so much oil in the middle.
Today, impossible. Aaron to about 7. Yeah, it's pretty deadly. Let's see whatever got our other matches going on there. Gary Kerensky, Tony. Gary with double spare, 268 out after 4. Tony, 47 in the third with a spare in the fourth. So Tony down by about 21 there. AJ, Plaque in 10. Give him the spare. He's going strike, spare, strike, spare. His opponent is
double spare.
Double
so this is still pretty 10-pin match. Yeah. Tony Renaud, let's talk about TR.
Love
made his ball last night. Now, if anybody wants to know, he's throwing 14 pounds. That was a bad shot by Webb. He's throwing 14 pounds, and his ball hit like it was 20 pounds last night.
He was
incredible.
He was on my pair the first round when I got knocked out. He arguably the best ball reaction out of the whole pair. I mean, his ball
just went down and made a little tip left.
It didn't 10-pin. It never did, and it looked like it was going to, and it kept on going.
Yeah.
It's amazing how strong these balls are and how weight, when you get to a certain point, it's not that big of a hinderer as long as you're matched up to it.
Yeah, I mean, he was incredible last night. 279 out of the gate.
Yeah,
threw about 15 in a row between the first and second game. And then like a 190, 2-0, 2-10, and then the last game like 260. It was just
Yeah, it was nuts. 3 games.
Yeah.
8 whatever.
And and like I told you, if somebody was sitting in the back, you wouldn't know what he was using.
Yeah. Was he using that same exotic
gem?
Yeah.
I mean, but like you wouldn't realize how light the ball was,
Oh no, of course not. Todd Lathrop, same idea. Does Todd use 13 or 14?
I heard he was trying 13, but he gets a lot of. He does buy some 14s from me from time to time. There's an open frame from Jeremy. Jeremy has no strikes through 4.
Wouldn't have predicted that.
I wouldn't have guessed that either.
Yeah. Tony definitely does.
Tony's in trouble.
Yeah, needs a couple strikes here.
Who's he bowling? Kerensky?
Yep.
Kerensky's probably one of the best non-champions we have.
Yep, definitely agree. Tony, good shot there, though. Getting back on it. Yeah, Gary has definitely made his runs, for sure. There's a few guys.
Better shot, but it's going to bucket.
Yeah.
2-5.
It's kind of like the funny thing about playing that line when you're playing at those angles on something like this.
Well, you're hoping that you just, like I said, you're playing the runway a little bit, and you're hoping you get in match play. You're just hoping to get by.
Mm-hmm.
Kerensky so clean out of the ball, so inside the ball.
I always wonder with Gary as to how, like, why he doesn't bowl more more stuff
He
around.
bowls. He
Yeah.
bowls. Yeah.
Got to get him to travel.
You just got to get him. Unfortunately, the mental side is a killer.
Yeah.
I think I even heard him make a comment to his Robitaille, like, middle of the game. He's like, I'm losing or whatever. It's like, dude, like, it's the middle of the match.
Bowling is a wild sport. A lot of stuff happens.
Yeah.
It's just being in enough situations where it happens to you to where you have a blind and he gets a strike there to extend his lead.
Yeah.
Where you get a blind belief that truly anything can happen. Pete just bend in an ocean vibe, and it gets it back.
I can't say anything more. I said this when he won. I'm super impressed. Super impressed. So that's what else. I don't know what else I could say, but that. I feel like TR's ball is not going through the pins the right way right now. He just flat 10 again.
That cover on that thing's really
that
strong.
Ball
am I
hooks.
wrong?
That ball hooks.
Though it is shiny.
It digs in quick.
It does, yeah. So it looks like
great ball. I think for a lot of times on a leak shot, that ball is really good because it just picks up and goes.
Mm-hmm.
John Becker. So we have a pretty interesting match there, like a 10 pin. So that's another flat 7. So that's 106. So AJ will be down 7. So that's off to our right.
AJ throwing a Nova.
Nova, he had a Zen Soul he was playing around with a little bit.
Nova, Zen Soul, yep. Aaron, 7 again, bang.
Front 6 for Aaron Major.
Again, man, his
this
ball.
Is getting yes, when it's on, it's on.
Absolutely lethal, man.
Becker at the spare. Sounds like he got it. So Becker started out with a double and hasn't struck since. AJ's only got 2 strikes, but they're not in a row. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
His ball.
That's when that's when your ball is getting to the right little window.
Yeah.
Because again, you could hit that window 6 inches past it, and you're gonna ring 10.
Pins, yeah.
And then you hit that window 6 inches earlier, and you're 4 through the middle.
And it's so interesting to me how, with his ball roll, like I don't really know his layouts, but
he's super tall pins a lot of times I saw,
It's
like
interesting.
super tall pins.
Yeah, I figure other times, like he would almost want slower stuff, like bigger foul angle balls, just because he's so aggressive and digs it into the lane that he would want a bigger hook window just to have a little bit more predictability on the back end.
I think it's because he gets so far into out, in and around the ball.
Yeah.
That almost like Karinsky, where their balls.
They need to stand up.
Right, he's trying to get the ball to. Yeah, he uses like super. I mean, I looked at some of Peter's. They're like super. I'm gonna use my finger like so people can see it, but super tall pin, like probably 4 inches above. Now, I'd be interested to see what his PAP is, since obviously he not like other two-handers where it's going down. I bet he's almost straight across. The lane's just all turned off.
I couldn't.
The lane's just literally all turned off.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Turn off my mic.
Hold on. We are going to go be dealing with this now. All the lanes turning off. We will be dealing with this right now.
In this world, they say there's a first for everything.
It's not raining outside, is it?
Well, they got them back on, and the scores are back up amazingly. I don't know how they salvaged that.
Wow. Welcome.
I have no comments.
Okay.
We'll keep this. We'll just keep it going. Hey, accidents happen. I don't know how, but.
And here goes Gary.
Yeah, Gary had to spare, and we got it. So no problem, no harm, no foul. It'd be interesting. It is scoring, so yep. So I think that was a question Webb just said. It does a score, and it did. I think once they throw a shot, it's going to get out of that welcome mode. AJ struck, right?
No, he baby split. Just made the split.
Oh, okay. So
down 9 through 6.
52 finalists today.
52. Oh, yeah.
Yep, so 52 finalists. Is that quite a great turnout? 202 entries altogether. There was a 5-way tie for the cut, and then they all advanced.
Unbelievable.
So that was pretty cool. And I don't know how many roll-offs we've had. We had 3 in round 1, which is like, and what was interesting during the round 1 when we saw one of the best roll-offs I've seen is it was Marabile.
Yeah, Mike.
I don't know. I feel
Mike
bad.
Marable.
Thank you
Yep.
for correcting it.
Yep.
He bowled against Ian Lang, and I said to Violet, I said, we've never had one go to a sudden death. You know, like the one ball, and they went 4 frames like that with one ball.
Wow.
So they threw
like eight in a row?
They threw like 11 out of 12 strikes.
Wow.
And then
unbelievable.
Yeah, and then we had another one that went to extra with Kirker, and I don't know who the young lady was he was bowling, but that was pretty good. She looked new. I don't remember. I didn't recognize her when she was here.
Yeah, Nikki Battistoni.
Okay, is that who he
Nikki.
bowled? Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Her ball was hitting pretty hard. I could hear it.
Yeah.
So
AJ just missed again, so that gives him 225 on the out. John Becker, it went at 240 still. No doubles. No doubles since John's in the first for either player.
Tony Renault's out of wood now.
Tony's out.
He got 2-teen. Gary just needs to mark. So, I mean, well, can't really say anything, but.
I'm going to write the G, just the G.
All right. Aaron Major, though, still on the 300 hunt. And we just ended that. The announcer's curse.
You had to acknowledge it.
Well, we need something exciting to talk about.
Yeah.
Because the matches haven't been, other than the one we can't see.
Yeah. John just struck there.
Because Peter's just coasting to 270. And his opponent's got 190. Yeah, you can pencil Peter in.
Yeah.
Tony, you never know. TR is a fighter. Well, he's only got 190, so it actually is out of wood.
Out of wood now.
Yeah, because even if.
Gutter's eyes at 197.
Yeah, he's at 197. Got her out. Melito struck.
Big bend for Jeremy.
Yeah.
Big bend.
John Becker gets a handful, and he doubles it up.
It's going to be a double.
That's a 21 pin lead.
AJ is officially in the cannot miss mode, in my opinion.
This one you can miss. The next ones you can't.
Yep.
Jeremy a little loft, and now they strike, of course. Well, it's great to see TR back on the lanes regularly.
Yeah, it's awesome to see come back. Definitely, bowling definitely missed
one of the classiest people there is. I had a good time. We went to dinner last night after bowling, and it was really good conversation. Oh, trip the 4 for AJ Villa off camera.
All right. Officially in now cannot miss mode.
Yeah.
Pete is in front of the cap.
Yeah. Like I said, you gotta give the kid credit. Like, look where his fingers are. Like super scooped inside. Even in a strike, I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, in slow-mo, I wish we had that ability. Would be to just slow him down and pause it right there where his fingers are.
Fingers are probably pointing to lane 1.
Oh, yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, it's so incredible. By the way, your left arm looked really good.
Thanks. Yeah, I've just been doing nothing but trying to stick it out in front of me and trying to let it hang out there. So, more often than not, the shots that feel like they're coming, like they're transitioning downward into the release, they feel good.
Yeah,
they happen more often. So, key is playing straight. I can play in and get it through, but I got to play straight again. AJ
How's that
needs
one looking?
it. Looks all right.
Yeah. Big shot. Forces guy to double, and Webb trying to go for it. So Webb is out. Obviously, you got that written down.
Yep. Gary.
Nice job, my friend.
So we're going to have Gary Kerensky versus Aaron Major.
Tony lost. I know. And Webb just lost. Our off-camera producer, watch out, your wristband's coming off. Our off-camera producer would like to say a few words. Right? Do you want to say something? You got to be good.
John Becker.
I would like to say Webb did a really good job. He is a great friend of ours, and Tony did a good job too.
Yeah, Tony always fights. That's why we call him Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger.
Five the
That he
Tiger.
is.
Yep. So good call there.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you. I'm signing off.
Now we're rooting for our friend AJ Villa. We don't root against anybody, but John Becker with a triple, so now he got 50, 80. So
Strike here, shut pretty much.
he got 220 on the out. So actually he needs 9 spare strike to force AJ to strike out.
Yep.
Do I have the math right? You agree with me there?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Oh, and that's a winner chicken dinner.
John Becker moving on.
I don't think count comes into play now. It should be
Nope.
all out of wood.
Nope, not anymore, unless he throws in the...
And we got Pete throwing 258. All right, so we can say who our final 4 are. We have Peter Fox. He'll be taking on John Becker. We have Gary Krinsky, and he'll be taking on Aaron Major. So 2 lefties and 2 righties, and they're matched up that way. Righty, lefty, righty, lefty. Well, that.
Wait for some of these bowlers to finish up.
Yep, we'll give you some final tallies here. We'll let them bowl off. We'll let them go live, and we're going to just sign off. We'll just sit here and kill the audio, and you guys can watch the final couple shots.